Are you wondering, should I divorce my husband? I'm Rosetta. Pick a card, 1, 2, or 3, and let's find out whatever we can from the tarot about your question, should you divorce your husband? Here's a few more cards for card number 1, and for card number 2, and for card number 3. So timestamps for the card you chose will be in the description below. And let's go, everybody. Welcome, group 1. Okay, so these are the 3 cards that you saw me lay out a couple moments ago. And the 2 of Cups was the card that you chose. Okay, so for the thing that calls out to me right away that I want to look at is the 8 of Swords in reverse. So beneath the situation, you have the King of Cups. So it's really likely that your current partner is a good and loving partner for you. Okay, so if you do not agree with that sentiment, if you feel like, no, he's not, he's a rat, or she, they're not a good person, they're horrible people, or my spouse is a horrible person, then please check in with the reading for group 2 or group 3 within this video. So you will know if you're in the right place, if you feel like, yes, my spouse is a good person. Okay, and so we see that I said I was going to talk about this card first. Let's stick with what I said. Okay, 8 of Swords in reverse. So we see that you have built up a lot of the reasons that you're thinking, should you get a divorce, a lot of that reasoning is built up with thoughts that you have about the situation. And tarot is saying that what you see is not what is. So here we have the person looking into a mirror, and what she sees in the mirror is all of this struggle and strife, but that's not really what is happening. Okay, so she is sitting there, she's perfectly fine, but this is how she sees herself. So there may be a lot of misunderstandings between you and your husband or wife or partner. There may be a lot of things that you think are going on that are not really going on. And so the best thing that tarot is advising you to do under this situation is just get a better idea of the true story. So if your spouse is really a good person, then the first thing is to talk with them and let them know some of the horrible things that you've been thinking or worried about, and see whether you can clear this up just by talking about it together. A lot of times we can be in relationships and you might say, well, why wouldn't, many of you viewing would think, well, of course, that's obvious advice. But a lot of times people are afraid of what they might hear, and they'd rather not know. But by not clearing up the situation, they end up living with thinking the worst or trying to push their thoughts into the background, but they're still there. All right, so that's the most important thing going forward. All right, behind the situation, Knight of Swords in reverse. So once again, lack of clarity. Okay, so the Knight of Swords goes after what they want. They're fast moving, they've got a clear path on things, but their mind is clear. They know where they're going, they know what they're doing. If any fault is existing with this person, it's just that they can be too fast. They can jump the gun because they feel like they see the situation so clearly and they jump on it. So more information is needed. Please don't we have this card in reverse, please don't do anything in haste. All right, so to answer the question, should you divorce your person? I don't need to pull any additional cards on this. The message is really clear. You chose the card of love. You got to look at 3 different cards that depicted 3 different situations that people could be feeling about their relationship, and you pick the one that is full of love. We see that you believe that your person is a good and loving person. There's still kind of like a halo around your feeling about this person. And so a lot of what is causing you to think about leaving are things that are going on in your own mind. So don't be in a hurry. See if you can come back into union with your person and have that meeting of minds and hearts where you really can begin to trust each other again in case any of that trust has been eroding between you. All right, guys, hope that was helpful. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If this didn't speak to your relationship at all, do check out the reading for group 2 or group 3 within this video. I'm sending you, as always, love and blessings, and I hope to see you on another one of my readings soon. Welcome, group 2. Okay, let's see which cards that I drew for you. And of course, this is a card that you selected. The question is, should you divorce your husband? Or, I'm wording it husband because the vast majority of my viewers are women, but put any gender in there, perfectly fine. This reading will be suitable for any type of committed relationship. All right, so you chose the 2 of Swords. So just in the image, it looks like there's some strife. So, you have the opportunity to choose. Here's card 1, just a loving 2 goblets and beautiful roses. Like the one that you chose, though, was showing that there's a certain amount of conflict going on. So what is the nature of that conflict? We see the Justice card in reverse. So you're going to know, are you in the right place in this video? Because sometimes your message will come up with a different card than the one you chose. So you're going to know if group 2 is for you, if some kind of injustice has gone on in your relationship. This could have been caused by you. It could have been caused by the other person. It could have been something that you equally participated in. But somebody in this relationship feels that they have really been taken advantage of. Okay, so that is the root of the situation. Now, you may have other reasons for considering should you stay or should you go. But what really is behind this is this feeling that someone has been treated unfairly. And if this doesn't make sense and you don't know what this is, you might want to ask your partner about this. Just say, are you satisfied? I'm wondering if you feel that, our relationship has not been equitable. Has someone been taking advantage? Try to have that talk. Okay, so what could this unfairness be? So we see that one of the partners feels that they are having to take on most of the work. They're having to be the strong one. They're getting tired. Once again, it's back to that idea of not being equitable. This person feels like, I have to do it all the time. Why am I the one that has to do it all the time? So that's the basis of the situation. So there's yet another conflict. 4 of Pentacles in reverse. There's one partner in this relationship who likes to hold on and save money and save for the future. They're more conservative in their spending. And either the other partner is not. So maybe you've got one partner who is a saver and another partner who's a spender, or you've got one person to whom saving is what makes them feel safe and secure, and maybe the other partner has been out of work for quite a long time. So that's the situation. If this is making sense to you, stick around because we still have to answer the question, should you stay? So, and if not, of course, if this makes no sense to your situation, go check out the reading for card 1 or for card 3. Okay, so what is up with the marriage, though? Okay, now before I pull these cards, I have to say, please never, never, never make a decision as important as this based on a group tarot reading on YouTube. Of course, we all can know that would just be crazy, right? So we're going to give what Spirit is advising for this situation, but it's going to be more along of action steps that you can take to get to a place where you really know what you should do. All right? So, should they stay in the relationship? Should they have some serious discussions with their partner about the future of their relationship? Okay, so both are true, group 2. So, yes, and should you stay? So the interesting card that we got was the Page of Cups. So that's almost like Page of Cups, almost like, can you start again? Okay, so can you go back to the early days of your relationship when it was young or new? Can you rediscover the things you loved about each other? But also, should you have some serious discussions with your person? Yes, because what we see is happening now is already in this relationship, we see polarization. We see that both people are not very happy. So neither person would be shocked that each of you is thinking about, well, should we stay in this relationship? Is divorce an option? So the first step to take is to see, can you become friends again? 6 of Cups. Can you have just nice, warm, friendly feelings toward each other? Can you remember what you loved about each other at first? This would be your first step, so try that first. There's nothing in this reading that is saying divorce. There's, we have no, 10 of swords in here. We have no death card. We have no tower card. We have none of the cards that would send a clear message that, oh, this is terrible. Okay, so these are your action steps. Okay, so go ahead and re-watch this reading if you just want to see the background that got us to these 2 cards. But take these steps and then see where you go from there. See how you're feeling after you do these 2 things. All right, sending you lots of love and blessings, and hope to see you on another one of my readings soon. Welcome, group 3. So we're here to answer the question, should I divorce my husband? Should you divorce your partner? What's going on in the relationship? And the card that you chose was the 2 of Pentacles. And here are the additional cards that I pulled. Okay, so we don't see anything dangerous going on here. But we see that there's one partner who tends to be more of a thinker and more quiet and more measured in their response. And then we see another partner who is more like wild horses, gets more riled up over stuff. And that this can cause some problems because the thinker, the more quiet and measured partner does not get this at all. This drives that partner nuts. And the partner that just wants to go and be wild and do, doesn't want to overthink things. This is the person who can jump on the spur of the moment and say, let's go away on vacation for 2 weeks to someplace you've never been before. This is the person who doesn't feel like they need to have everything pre-planned in advance. So there is definitely a personality difference. Underlying the whole situation here, we've got one partner who is very, very tired. They felt like they have fought the good fight. They have worked hard on this relationship, and they feel like they've given it their all, but somehow they're really getting worn out from the fight. And I'm going to hazard a guess that this might be you, since you're here on a divorce tarot reading. All right, but let's find out, because this could also be both of you. We could see that both of you are tired. So is the 9 of Wands here referring to my person here on the reading or the other partner? Okay, so yeah, we're seeing that both partners know something's going on. So both partners know there's a personality clash. But the person I'm reading for right now is represented by the Emperor. Okay, so regardless of your gender, you are likely to be the logical one. And the partner, your other person, is likely to be the more rash and bold person. Okay? So if those positions are reversed, still hang out here with me because you're going to get some insights into your partner as well. But we see your partner as being more of the social one, more of the, the fun one, so to speak. Okay? So we see that you're hurting from this situation more than your partner is, but you're both aware that something is not as it should be. But the person who's really tired, the person represented by the Nine of Swords, would be you. Okay? So now we know enough that you can know, are you in the right place? Is group 3 the group for you, or should you go back and check out my reading for group 1 or group 2? Okay, so let's get to the question. I'm going to give the deck another shuffle because it's, should you divorce, right? We don't have a clear answer here. And I always have to say, please never, never, never make a decision as serious as this based on a collective group tarot reading on YouTube. We all know this, right? That would just be crazy, right? So we're hoping to give some insight here, but this is not something that you make a decision about. So far we're not seeing any highly dangerous cards. We're not seeing anything that leads me to think that anyone is in danger from staying in this relationship. Okay, so Spirit, what do you have to say about can this relationship be saved? Yeah, this relationship can be saved, but both people, or let's just say at least one of the people, you're the person who's here with me now, right? So it's about giving up the naive feelings. So maybe giving up on every little thing has to be the way I want it to be. Otherwise, there's someone out there that's better for me. Okay? So it's having a mature attitude about what does this other person mean to me? So what does my partner mean to me? What have we shared so far? Is this something that makes me happy? But it's not, if the person looks at you sideways or you don't like the way, how sometimes we can get irritated, and even the way somebody butters their bread can drive you crazy, or the way some noise the person makes. I mean, so if it's those little things, Spirit wants you to look at the bigger picture, all right? And then Spirit also, and so we've kind of, if you're still here with me, we've established that you are the person who's represented by the King of Swords here. So there's too much going on in your head. And when people who are swords people, when we have thought-based, logical people, they're thinking so much all the time that just like this, your head hurts from all of the messages that different parts of you are thinking. Well, but this is wrong, and what does this mean, and what does that mean? Whereas in none of these cards do we see that anything substantial is going on that you can't come back from. We don't see other partners. We don't see that anybody is cheating. We don't see anything like that happening within these cards. So let's finally go to the Two of Pentacles, which was the card that you chose. So this is the one you chose face up. You saw this card going in. Let me just show you what the other options were. So, here's the one with wine and roses. And here's the one like really with conflict. Oh, these people are really fighting crossed swords. And then you chose this one that in this deck, in the Wild Unknown Tarot, is kind of like this rebirth card. So let's talk about the Two of Pentacles for a second, and then we can wrap up. All right. So there's two competing thoughts in your mind. It may be that you, for some of you, might even have maybe an emotional romance that hasn't gone anywhere yet, but maybe there's someone at work or someone else that just seems so much better than your current partner, and you're just weighing it. Well, this person is, this, and this that my partner is not. This person has all these qualities that I would prefer, and you're weighing your options. Or maybe it's like, well, I want to make a move and my partner does not want to, or I want to take this job and my partner says no, they're not supporting me in this. There could be all kinds of things, but there's two separate situations. So what I would like you to think about, we see no insurmountable situations, but we see that your head is actually hurting from all of the thoughts and all of the ways you're trying to figure this out. So think about, of the two options or whatever options you're considering, think about which one is going to allow you to grow the most as a person. And then when you have decided, okay, where do I see my growth as a person, my turning from the caterpillar into the butterfly, what path do I feel like I need to do in order to do that? And then you want to speak to your partner about that and see if you can get on the same page about where you're heading, where each of you are heading. And that should give you the answers that you need for right now. All right, thank you for being here with me. I'm sending you, as always, love and blessings, and I hope to see you on another one of my readings soon.